Tell me when you're ready, Edward.
I'm ready, mate.
This is COLM McGuigan for IFLTV. Eddie, I'll go to you first with this question. What's one thing IFL, Matchroom, and Queensberry have in common other than boxing?
What do we all have in common? We love boxing.
I said other than boxing, Frank.
Oh, sorry.
Other than boxing.
Come on.
It might be right in front of your face.
It might be right in front of your
It might
face.
be right in front of your face.
What have we all got in common? Oh, that prize guy.
All sponsored by that prize guy.
There you go.
There you go. Little plug for that prize guy.
We're the prize guys, aren't we? All of us.
All three prize guys. Right. Straight into it. Dubois Parker.
Yeah.
How does it go, Eddie?
I mean, I think on paper you have to favour Dubois. He's on a form of his life. I love Joe. I think he's just in the right place in his life to win this fight. I think he's going to have to come through a storm. But if he does come through that storm, he's got a great chance.
Frank?
On canvas, I fancy our man. I think Daniel's been with me for 10 years now, and I feel this is his time. He's in with Joe, who's in the great form of his life, former world champion. He looks good. He's talking a good fight. He's confident. His team are confident. But then so's Daniel's, and you know Daniel's 27, Joe's 33, but he's a young 33, and he brings a wealth of experience. And I think the styles will blend and turn this into literally a real duke out between the two of them. I don't think there's going to be anything too technical about this fight. They get behind their jabs, but they've got to unload. And to beat this fight, to beat Daniel, you've got to hurt him. You've got to push him back. And to do that, you've got to come forward. So you know Daniel comes forward, be one of them.
Frank, we interviewed Eddie earlier on, and he said after this week, he's going to maybe have a conversation with you about ringing Tyson Fury. One last chance for that Anthony Joshua showdown.
If you actually, before you get into the clickbait, what I said was it's very likely that before we make a decision on who Anthony's going to fight next, we will reach out to them and say, listen, just to make, yeah, but the way you say it, it's like, yeah, you know, I don't trust you guys at all. I want to make it clear. We will say to him, just to let you know, we're planning our fight for the summer. Is Tyson 100% not available for that fight?
What would your response be to that at this present time?
At the moment, he's retired. That's where he's at. And I don't mean at the moment. That's what he said. And I spoke with him last Saturday at the show, and he said he's happy. He's got a lot of things on which he's going to be announcing. So I don't know whether he'll be fighting in the summer, even if he wanted to. And at the moment, as I say, I'm not talking to him about boxing. He knows that fight can be made if he wants to make the fight. If he wants to come out of retirement, it's there for him. But I'm not going to ask him. That's something that he's got to choose to do. He's got his kids. He had 3 tough training camps last year. He was away from his children all that time, his family. He's got 7 kids. He's got some quality time. And I'll tell you what, he was in a real good place when I see him last week. Happy. Get on with it. If he stays retired, that's his decision. God bless him. If he wants to fight, he's the one who will make his mind up. Not me. I won't try and convince him, or nor anyone else. Nor will his family. Whatever he does with his life is his choice. But would I like to see the fight? Yeah, of course I'd like to see the fight. I'm a fight fan. But I'm not going to try and in any way sway him to continue boxing if he doesn't want to.
I'll ask you both this question. Who's the home of the heavyweights right now?
Queensberry.
Surprised you conceded that.
I mean, they've got about 10 or 12, and we've got about 4. So, you know, I mean, I think they are the dominant force out of the 2 in the heavyweight division at the moment. They've got Oleksandr Usyk, they've got Parker fighting, they've got, you know, the big heavyweight fights, Moses. Yeah, I mean, you know, we've got Anthony Joshua, we've got Justice Huni, who might be taking on Moses, we've got Tera Moana, you know, we just signed the undefeated Canadian Barreri, so we've got a good stock, but they've got a very, very good stock of heavyweight fighters. I might not have said that if they weren't on DAZN, but, you know.
Talking about DAZN, Frank, your schedule comes out. Happy, obviously, now with DAZN and looking forward to a competitive few months with Matchroom when their schedule drops?
I am happy. That's why we did it. I mean, we wouldn't have signed if we didn't feel it was happy. And we're happy to be on the same platform as other promoters, especially with Eddie, because between us, we put some good shows together, which everybody's benefited from, fans and that. We'll continue to do so. In fact, we're just talking now about trying to do another 5v5 together. We're, you know, look, we've got a good relationship going here. We're going to make it work for everybody. He'll win some fights, we'll win some fights. We'll, you know, and but whatever it be, they'll continue because we're great at finding and developing talent between us, and that's what we do. And the beneficiaries of that will be DAZN. And the good thing about that for the subscribers, they only pay one subscription to see all these fights.
Really, it doesn't really make sense. You were paying a subscription before. Now you've got Queensberry added to that subscription, and you're still paying the same price for that subscription. Doesn't actually seem to make sense. It's like going out to a fine restaurant and ordering, choosing your order, and all of a sudden all these extra dishes turn up, and the geezer comes up to you and says, "Don't worry, that's the same price as what we were charging you anyway."
Right, well, you do. One more question before you go. Anthony CACACE, you were very... Talk to me a little bit about that. You still feel like you ducked?
I get it. Yeah, look, I get it. But we got the mandatory challenger. He's your mate, so you don't really get it. The reality is he took an easier fight for more money. That's the reality, Colm.
If he was your fighter, would you do the same?
I would always want my fighter to try and defend their titles. Anthony Joshua probably shouldn't have fought Oleksandr Usyk. But he wanted to because he wanted to unify, become undisputed, each to their own. Like Frank said, he's 36 years old, CACACE, whatever he is. He's getting more money to fight Lee Wood. I get it. The reality is, I was disappointed because I feel like we were told they were going to do it and they never did it, and it would have been an absolute bloodbath, that fight.
It can still happen though, Frank, down the line, right?
Of course it can. The winner can do it. That's not, I haven't got a problem with that. The winner can do it. Anto comes through, he gets it. Lee comes through, he gets it. It's a great fight. There's no doubt about it. But this time round for Anto, who's had, as you said, 36 years of age, this is a moment to go and get himself security, money-wise for him. Great money, and it's a brilliant fight, 50-50 fight. Whatever way you want to look, he's going in the other guy's backyard. It's a fight everybody wants to see. It was on your show, wasn't it, Lee? He got 2022 Ring Magazine Fight of the Year, Knockout of the Year. I mean, come on, it's going to be a great fight. And the winner of that will be in another great fight. We can get it on again.
Well, Frank, Eddie, you're both being ushered away. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it on that.
We got to get his car.